Friends, happy feast of the Epiphany of the Lord. On this feast we celebrate Magi coming and acknowledging Jesus to be not only the King, but to be the King of Kings. Magi, of course, were important. You know, the story of Magi started about 7 centuries before Jesus. They were the wisest of the wise, living in the Syria and Iran and Iraq and all that area. And they were the kingmakers. When they show up, you knew that they came to pronounce the death of the king and to crown the new king. There was no king to be made before the Magi, the kingmakers, came and acknowledged him to be the king. And of course, at the end of the death, the life of Herod the Great, he dies, and there is, of course, a big star appearing in the sky, right, about 3 years before the birth of Jesus, and then they started a great journey. The journey that led about 10 or 12 or 15 Magi. They travel actually in a large group with a cavalry to protect them, and probably those 50 or 60 people came into Jerusalem to look for the king. And of course Herod was filled with fear because he didn't know what was going on, but he knew the kingmakers were coming, and so he knew he was in trouble. And of course, when the Magi recognized Jesus, they gave him the gifts. They acknowledged him to be the King of Kings. Friends, I pray that this feast of the Epiphany will also be an epiphany of the Lord to us. That like Magi, we'll have the grace, the perseverance, the clarity to look for Jesus in our lives. That we would not allow the mess or the busyness or the complexity of our life to take us away from Jesus, but lead us closer to Jesus, right? That's what the Magi teach us, is that it is worth to look for God in our lives. That in acknowledging Jesus, our lives change. Our hope is restored. Our joy, it's filled with hope. My friends, I pray that as we celebrate this feast of the Epiphany, we all one more time will be amazed by God's faithfulness to us and encouraged to follow Jesus wherever we go. God bless you and blessed 2021.